Hey there. I'm sorry I'm not with you today, but we have a fabulous art friend today, Miss Hammond, whom I have taught before, and she is fabulous. So I'm sure you will be wonderful for Miss Hammond today. So we are still talking about pop art style. I have my notorious RBG in the Andy Warhol pop art style. So, with that in mind, we're all making different projects, but what we're going to do today, I'm going to share my screen. We're going to be making some Andy Warhol pop art style portraits. Now, you can use your selfies that you have, or you can use photos that you have saved on your computer for maybe it's a famous celebrity or your pet, or in pop art style, maybe it's a Coca-Cola can, maybe it's a pair of scissors, whatever you're taking a picture of. The picture needs to you need to make sure that you have closely cropped that picture, and I'll illustrate what I mean when I get to this site. So I just wanted you to watch me for a second so you know how to get to the site that I'm talking about, okay? Because we're all going to go in the same place. So when you sign into Clever, you're just watching. When you sign into Clever, there's the art department with Miss Miller and my art class resources. This is my Bitmoji classroom. So you're going to touch that. On my Bitmoji classroom, whether you're third, fourth, or fifth grade, it matters not. It's going to be your project. So I'm just going to pick fourth grade. All right. So once on our art slide deck, you've got your 4 activity pages here. We're going to use your tech. So you're still watching. So you went to Clever, my page, my class resources to get to your art slide deck. We're going to go to the blue rectangle, use your tech. So we're going to be making this. It's going to be your picture, but in that Andy Warhol pop art style, where it's repetitive, we have repetition, and we have flat, bold colors. And it's just used over and over again, kind of like the Marilyn Monroe picture. It's a really pretty cool GIF. All right, over here to the left, it says Pop Art Studio, and that's where we're going to go. I think it's actually a UK-based site. So up here at the top, yeah, there's lots of cool stuff that you can try. You can do that later. We're going to go to the Andy Warhol up here at the top. Yes, there's some pop art style. So if I hit pop art, it's got some modern stuff too, but we want to stick with Andy Warhol. Okay, and these are some examples of a variety of his work where he took famous people, whether they were, there's Elvis, there's the dude from the Doors, there's Madonna, there's Jimi Hendrix, there's race cars. Okay, you get the idea. So let me pick Marilyn here. Now, this is what's going to happen when you open up that page. You go, who is this little boy? It's an example. What you will do is you will choose a file that's on your Chromebook and you will upload it. And when you upload it, it will bring it to all these colors. And you can hit random colors and it changes the colors, which is very cool. You will have a little watermark. See this little watermark? And you're like, what's a watermark? It's like a stamp that is on your image. So if somebody goes, cool, how did you make that? It says PopArtStudio.nl. All right. And if you're like, I don't like those random colors, you hit the back button. And if you want to save that picture, remember, saving your picture means that you take 2 fingers, you touch your touch screen if you have a touch screen, or you touch your trackpad, and it brings up that screen where you can save your image. And when you do save your image, label it, okay? Don't be a silly person and don't label things. All right, so watch, I'm going to do one real quick and then we're going to do it together, and you can pause it as I'm talking. So just watch for a second. So I'm going to choose a file. and I put some silly pictures on my desktop here, so I would be able to do that quickly. Okay, so here is me weird. Now it's very important. You remember see the picture of the little boy over here? How it's closely cropped. It's even got part of his head cropped out. So when you go to pick your picture, make sure there's not a whole lot of empty space above you, because it might turn all your images horizontal. So I went back and I cropped my picture. I know, isn't that a lovely picture of me? It is so lovely. All right, so now I have chosen my picture. Look, I labeled my picture, me weird. Make sure you label your picture. And then you need to hit upload. Upload. Oh, it's so lovely. Isn't that cool? And I can hit random colors, and the program just picks out random colors, which is kind of neato. And if you're like, I think I like the first one, then you go back, back. Now, in the Marilyn Monroe pictures, there was a white border that framed all the pictures. How can I do that? If you look over here to the left, it has width, height, spacing. Spacing is where you get your border. So see, it's at 0 right now. So if I hit 3, I have to hit apply, and then you get your border. Isn't that cool? And the watermark went away, but there you go. What can I tell you? So to save this picture, remember, 2 fingers on the trackpad or 2 fingers on the touch screen. Save image as weird pop art. Me. All right, save, and that saves to your files. Now I'm going to get rid of that for a second. Let's go back to Andy Warhol. Say I want to do something where this is really cool and it has no background. All my pictures have a background. Something you can try. It's a neat site. It is called, and I have it in one of my favorites, remove.bg. Remove.bg. And what it does, it removes the background behind your picture, so it just focuses on that person or whatever. So let's say that I take my picture and I drop it in there. There's my picture. And there's my image. Isn't that lovely? Now there's a little bit of background right here. I can hit the edit button. I need to erase a little more because there's some funkiness going on. I can make this need to make the brush size a little bit smaller. And you can erase some of this stuff that you're like, oh Lord, that's still some background there. Okay. And then once you have it where you like it, then you click download. Download the image, and let's see. No BG. Me weird, no BG. Save. All right, so it's over here on my desktop. So I can go back to my Andy Warhol, PopArtStudio.nl, and I can choose a file. And the one that I chose to help do this, I hit the vector art. Here we go. Here's the vector art. That works really well when you remove the background of your artwork. So I can choose file. And what's it called? Me weird. Me weird. No BG. No BG. No. There you go. It's lovely. So, and don't forget to hit upload. It's thinking how lovely that picture is going to be. Don't you think so? Shabam. Okay. So, and you can work with your random colors. What it does, it just picks one background and it's used over again in the photo. So you're still using those bold, flat colors again, aren't you? So there you go. And then remember the 2 fingers to save, right? Uh, Weird vector. Save. All right. So let's go back and we're going to do this together. So you ready? And you can pause this as you go. I'm going to go through and not wait. You're going to pause. So you're going to sign into Clever. Everybody opens up their Chromebook, go to Clever, the art department with Miss Miller, and my class resources. Remember, you can pause at any time. On the board here, you're going to pick your grade level, whether it's 3rd, 4th, or 5th, it matters not. Once you get to the art slide deck from my Bitmoji classroom, go to Use Your Tech, which is the blue rectangle. And Scooter is announcing herself. All right, once you're on the Use Your Tech page, here is the Pop Art Studio. This explains it a little bit more, but we're just jumping in. Pop Art Studio. Now, up here at the top toolbar, we want to go to Andy Warhol. That way we see all the different images in his style. Pick Maryland. The 10 Marylands are all kind of grayish, I think. So, and when you pick the Maryland, you get the little boy example. You're going to choose your file. You might want to check out what your photos look like in your files. Find one that looks really good. Remember, the closer it is cropped to your face, the better, because it is kind of more squarish. You don't want a lot of empty space. You want it close to your face, okay? I'm going to take this picture of my friend King Doug. He was one of the Carnegie Carnival kings, one of our pirate kings. So I'm going to open that file. I chose my file and then upload. Ta-da! Now, remember, once it is uploaded, if you want to have the white borders in between there, go to spacing. You know, pick a number. And don't forget to hit apply. The bigger the spacing, the more space it takes up. Makes sense? Okay. Now, once you have that, remember, if you want to download it, the 2 fingers touching the touch screen, the 2 fingers touching your trackpad, that makes you right click. Save it, label it, King Doug, and save it to your files. Replace. Okay? And please send me some of your pictures. I would love to see some of your creations. Look, I got my notorious RBG. I love it. My new pop art style picture. Have fun and try some different pictures. You know, it can be anything. It doesn't have to be a photo of a person. Remember, Andy Warhol did Coca-Cola cans. He did Brillo, which was an aluminum scrubby pad that they sold and mamas used to scrub pots and pans with, and it was a box of Brillo pads. And that was art that sold for millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So experiment with that, have fun, and share your favorite pictures with me. Linda.Miller. Okay? Have a great day, and I will see you back next week, okay? All right.